Congratulations on your nuptials, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Big moment, proud moment, I know, for you and your family.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a big, yeah, man, definitely. Best of Africa Awards. Significant because it kind of hails all of the work, the philanthropic work that footballers are doing, specifically African footballers, to help a lot of things in the motherland. A lot of stuff they don't get praised for. But talk about the importance that happens, that it takes place anyway.
Yeah, listen, I think these type of things are celebrated. I think in the media this isn't fashionable to talk about, so it never gets highlighted. So to have an event like this that really does let people understand and know the lengths that some of the players, the entertainers, they go to make sure that work does get done back where they're from. I think it's vitally important, and to come and show a hand of support by just coming up and attending, I think it's vital, and I think it's on us to do that. As I said to you, this isn't the fashionable stuff for the media to talk about, and it never gets enough praise. But we're here today to champion that.
Black History Month this month. Who's your black icon growing up? Who inspired you?
My dad. My dad was a hard-working guy. He had a desire to have high standards in whatever he done. And that work ethic and that sacrifice that he made for me and my brother was something that, listen, you could only look up to that type of thing. So yeah, my dad was the main person.
A lot more discourse, a lot more conversation about inequality and equality in the game these days, Rio. For you though, what's one of the most pertinent issues that needs to be addressed, focused on, fixed? Education.
I think like everyone talks about football being a tool for change and whatnot. Yeah, I understand that it can be, but it's not going to it can't make headway, because I think education's at the centre of getting rid of this ignorance that comes out far too often, and often recently we've seen a lot of that. And I just think sometimes there's people that it's going to be very difficult to change because of their age and how exposed they've been to a certain way of thinking. If you can change a generation maybe from down here and start running with them from early, then you have a chance to kind of change the narrative going forward. But that's a big ask. There's a lot of money, a big initiative. You need the powers that be that
have the will.
Yeah, exactly, and the passion to do that. So there's a lot of people talk. There's a lot of talking that goes on, but the right people aren't talking and the right people aren't moving.
I won't labour on that point because we could go on about that for a long time. We're here to celebrate. I do want to talk about your team though. What's happening?
Yeah, it was a bad result today, wasn't it? So I don't want to talk too much about it because that will overshadow what we're here for.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, you can tell, I'm not happy.
All right, fair enough. It weren't 3 points in the way that you would have wanted it to.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about what you're doing now moving forward. What else is Rio on? Because we see a lot of what we see, but what don't we see that you want to draw attention to?
One of my passions at the moment, my main passions outside of my family, is mentoring young players. I'm part of a football agency who looked after my career, my brothers, and many other football players and managers now. But my main buzz for that is I kind of mentor the young players coming through. So for instance, Ben Godfrey, now England under-21 captain. For the last 18 months I've been mentoring him. The Murphy twins, again out of Norwich, signed for Newcastle and Cardiff. Michael Keane, England centre-back. Ashley Williams, me and him have always had a little rapport.
Is that what you find the most fulfilling then?
That's the most fulfilling. That's the most rewarding thing for me, is to be able to. I ain't playing a big part in their career, but with technology, texting, talking, coffee, dinner, vibes, I can have that little minuscule percentage of influence into rejigging their mind, resetting the way they think about preparation, recovery, family stuff, whatever it may be. I'm at the end of a call or text whenever they want.
Sounds like you'd be a great addition to a management team.
I would. I'd be an unbelievable manager.
How long then? How long?
I got my family, man, and that kind of overrides everything. So I need to give them as much as my attention as I can without not having nothing on the side. Because when you do management, listen, it's all inclusive, bro. We
was talking to Jimmy Floyd the other day, and he was saying, listen, you go grey.
Nothing. You have to lose hair, go grey. I'm not ready for that yet. But my kids need my attention. When I'm in the house, my kids need me to be there. Whereas if you're a manager, you're in the house, you're talking to the agent, you're talking to the nutritionist, you're talking to the logistics man, you're talking to all this stuff. So you're not there. And I'm not in a position in my life to do that or want to do that.
Listen, good luck with everything. Enjoy the night, and I really appreciate your time.
Good to see you again, man.